So as you know, Caroline, the president a couple of times over the last few days has floated this idea of a third term, which the 22nd Amendment doesn't allow, but he's certainly talking about it. He talked to NBC News about it, and then he was asked about it on Air Force One on the way back from Mar-a-Lago last night. Listen here.
I don't want to talk about a third term now because no matter how you look at it, we got a long time to go. We have a long time. You know, we have almost 4 years to go. And that's a long time. But despite that, so many people are saying, you've got to run again. They love the job we're doing. Most importantly, they love the job we're doing.
Now, of course, the 22nd Amendment was passed in the wake of 4 terms of Franklin Roosevelt's presidency. It was Republicans who pushed it in the first place, saying that'll never happen again. It took just over 3 years to pass and ratify that amendment. So if the president hopes to change it, it would seem to me time is running out already.
Well, it's funny to me that journalists ask the president this question. He gives an honest and candid answer, and then they spiral about his answer. He was asked this, and you heard him, and he's right. People love the job this president is doing. And as he said, we are focused on this term. We have 4 more years to go, and look at what the president has done in more than 60 days. We have...
Boy. So we got to continue our coverage of the mainstream liberal media meltdown over President Trump trolling the media by claiming that, hey, he may or may not run for another term, right? He may try to get a third term. Now, I think as of right now, it is way too early to even be having that discussion, but it seems as if President Trump is having some fun with the media. Okay, he's saying, who knows, maybe it's a possibility, right? And we'll see. And the media is taking this as basically a threat. Okay, they're saying this is something that we have to take seriously.
Because the other election, the 2020 election was totally rigged.
The Constitution limits a president to 2 terms. Is it your understanding that they have to
I don't even want to talk about it. I'm just telling you, I have had more people say, please run again. I said, we have a long way to go before we even think about that.
So in order to really legally do this, he would probably have to change the 22nd Amendment, and that would you would need like 34 states, 3/4 states to ratify that. So I don't think it's ever going to happen.
Right.
That doesn't mean he's not going to try.
Yeah. Well, look, no matter how insane, stupid, harebrained, and lawless I think something he says might be, I have learned the lesson of taking him seriously.
Yes.
But what was it?
Do you think President Trump can run for a third term? Should he, and would you support him?
Well, as a Republican, I and many would not be open to the idea of Barack Obama running for a third term. And so I think the folks have to be careful here if you're starting to question the constitutionality of this. My view is that the Constitution is very clear. You can serve 2 terms as president. And if it was good enough for George Washington, it's good enough for everyone else. And I fundamentally believe the president was elected here to do the job. I think he's doing it well, but he needs to focus his effort and energy on this. And I think some of my Democratic colleagues need to learn to stop taking the bait on everything he says.
Yeah, so speaking of Obama, liberals got wind of President Trump saying that, hey, who knows? Okay, maybe I could try to run for a third term, maybe not. And they're now demanding that Democrats nominate Obama in response to this. They're saying that, okay, well, if Trump can run a third term, then we should run Obama.
Oh, Trump, you want to run for a third term? Hold on for a second. Let me get the other line. Go get Obama. Go get Kamala. Go get both of them. We got something for that shit. Obama, Kamala. Fulio wants to run for a third term. Oh, you got us, Obama. Okay. Bet. Let's run it.
Okay, so I didn't watch it. I didn't see it. I don't know where it's coming from, but I heard Trump is saying that he's not joking about a third term. Donc Trump dit qu'il ne blague pas par rapport à un troisième mandat. That's fine. That is completely fine now. Bring back. I said, bring back Obama. Bring him back. Obama 2028. Yeah.
You got this man over here talking about a third term. You got to be kidding me. And at this point, I don't even think he's joking at this point. I think he's very serious about going against the Constitution and doing anything and everything to get that third term. This has got to be the most incompetent DEIA hire administration, the most ignorant administration I have ever seen in my life. And the fact that people are wanting this is even crazier. But like I said in my previous video way back when, if he wants to run for a third term, Barack Obama, you better start stretching, my guy. You better start asking Michelle, yeah, you guys want to see what a landslide win looks like? Bring back Obama. Bring that man back.
So I've been hearing in MAGA world that they think Donald Trump can run for a third term because Trump did an interview over the weekend and he said he's actually serious, that he might be able to run for a third term. Okay, you want to play that stupid fucking game? Let's see how you do against Barack Obama. If you think you can run for a third term, then let's bring Barack Obama back. Heck, let Michelle Obama run as his vice president. You ain't going to beat Barack Obama. Democrats, stop playing games. If Donald Trump thinks that he can run for a third term in the 2028 presidential election, then I'm being serious as well. Let's let Barack Obama run again, because he ain't beating Barack Obama. This fucking bullshit and this nonsense. You know, and he's not joking. He said he's not joking. He didn't want to leave when he lost the 2020 election. He said it was rigged. He said it was stolen. Then we had something called January 6th. And I'm telling you right now, he's not going to leave this time either. So Democrats have to be prepared for that. Barack Obama, get ready. Trump versus Obama, 2028.
So I saw this weekend that the Orange is saying that he can run for a third term, that, you know, he has the power to do that because he can get around the laws and the regulations and apparently the Constitution, even though we all know that can't happen because it's in the Constitution that you can't run for 3 terms. But he says that he can do it. Well, if he can do it, do you know what else that means? You know who else can do it? Obama. Obama. That's right. If Trump can run for a third presidency, so can Obama. Obama 2028, right here. I'm voting. I'm there. I'll do anything I need to do for that to happen if the Orange is trying to go for a third term.
Let's think about that. Trump, a third term? Oh, no.
You know, I saw folks yesterday saying that's good. If they want to play that game, then tap Obama in. Let me tell you idiots something, okay? If Donald Trump runs for a third term, then trust when I tell you, whoever he runs against is just for show. The fight would already be fixed. Free and fair elections are a thing of the past. Straight authoritarian government if he runs for a third term. Knock it off.
Yeah, he literally said that we won't have to vote again. Like, we will never have to vote again. That's crazy.
Everybody's like, oh, Obama can run again then. It would be all for show.
Yeah, if he gets the third term, he's going to get the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, the seventh.
The fight would be fixed. Authoritarian government. That's it.
Yeah, so President Trump was presented with the question about Barack Obama possibly running against him if he chooses to seek a third term from Peter Doocy. And President Trump entertained the idea of having to run against Obama. Take a look.
Okay? Yeah. There's this other story. I know it's hypothetical right now, but if you were allowed for some reason to run for a third term, is there a thought that the Democrats could try to run Barack Obama against you?
I'd love that.
For his third term?
Boy, I'd love that. That would be a good one. I'd like that. No, people are asking me to run, and there's a whole story about running for a third term. I don't know. I never looked into it. They do say there's a way you can do it, but I don't know about that. But I have not looked into it. I want to do a fantastic job. We have 4 years, just about, almost close to 4 years. Time is flying, but it's still close to 4 years, and we're getting a lot of credit for having done a great job in the first almost 100 days. And we have some big things we're going to be announcing over the next 2 days, and you know very well, Peter, and I think it's going to be something that's going to bring a lot of wealth back to our country, tremendous wealth back to our country, actually. And
yeah, so one of the reasons why I find this conversation to be so hilarious outside of the obvious trolling of the mainstream liberal media is that Democrats possibly could be so Trump deranged that who knows, maybe they would go along with a constitutional amendment to allow Trump to run again if that meant that Obama could run, right? I mean, I'm just saying, would the Democrats ever get that desperate, right? Would they ever get that desperate, right? Would they get so desperate that they're like, you know what? We have to run Obama again, right? Because a lot of Democrats really believe that if Obama ran again for a third term, that he would win, that he would beat Trump. And I'm here to tell you that is a very, very, very bad assumption, okay? And the reason why I'm saying that is because the Obama magic has ran out, okay? And I think we have some strong evidence to point to suggest that, again, he doesn't have the magic touch anymore, okay? Like, for example, Obama, in my opinion, hurt Kamala Harris when he came out and scolded black men for not voting for Kamala. That in of itself made a lot of people sour on Obama, okay? And it also showed that he doesn't really have as much pull as he used to have, right? He just can't come out and say anything and get anybody to rally behind the Democrat candidate, right? I mean, he probably would struggle getting people to rally around him, okay? His economy was not that great. President Trump made his economy a lot better than it was at the time in which President Trump inherited Obama's economy. So Trump made a better economy than what we had under Obama. There's a lot of questions about his legacy in regards to Obamacare, right? That is his main piece of defining legislation for his administration. Considering how healthcare costs have gone up, right? Premiums have gone up, despite the fact they told us that would happen, that it was going to make healthcare cheaper. No, Obamacare didn't make healthcare cheaper, right? Obamacare made healthcare more expensive, okay? So I'm just saying that Obama's legacy, the further away that we move from his presidency, gets a lot more questionable, right? I think Obama was at his peak when he first got into office, right? Where everybody had hope that he would actually change things. And considering the fact that he didn't really change much, he was just business as usual. I think a lot of people kind of understand what they're getting with Obama. And I just don't think that he can excite people the same way that he used to, right? I think a lot of people fail for the tricks of Obama. They voted for him and then they became Trump voters. And I do not think those Trump voters are going to leave Trump for Obama. I just don't think it's going to happen, okay? Especially if the economy is booming by time the 2028 election comes around, which I have no reason to believe that it won't be booming, right? And again, if that is the case, it doesn't matter who the Democrats run. It can be Obama, it can be Hillary, it can be Kamala, it can be whoever, right? It doesn't matter who they run, okay? They're going to lose, okay? They're going to lose if the economy is booming, if the economy is good come 2028, right? That is the number one thing when it comes to this presidency, okay? President Trump's third term will be defined by the state of the economy at the end of his term, okay? That is what's going to define President Trump. So, again, you know, President Trump may be joking about running for a third term, but if he could run for a third term, it doesn't matter who the Democrats put up. They're going to lose if the economy's good, right? In fact, whoever the GOP nominee will be is probably going to win if the economy is good, right? The Democrats are done, right? They're absolutely cooked, okay? Once President Trump's supply-side stimulus, okay, tax cuts, deregulation, once that kicks in and interest rates start to decline, which, I mean, you have to believe at some point in the next 3 or 4 years, interest rates are going to decline, right? That plus supply-side stimulus, oh yeah, the economy likely is going to be booming, right? In at least the next 2 years, okay? So again, if that happens, it doesn't matter what Democrats do, right? Democrats are going to probably go in a direction of becoming more woke, right? They're probably going to become more insane, to be honest with you. And that's why part of me believes that Obama would probably have a hard time winning in today's Democrat Party, right? I mean, who knows? Maybe Obama could try to out-woke the wokest among the Democrats, but that would be a very hard thing to do. Obama did become pretty woke towards the end of his second term. I think that's what led to a lot of the divisiveness, is because Obama was becoming a lot more socially liberal. And yeah, I mean, I think that is kind of a part of one of the main issues with Obama. So who knows? Maybe he could. I don't know. All I'm saying is that, once again, doesn't matter if it's Trump, doesn't matter who the GOP candidate is, likely J.D. Vance, okay? Could be DeSantis. Who knows? Maybe it could be somebody else. But I'm just saying, regardless of who the candidate is, okay? If the economy is booming, it doesn't matter who the Democrats put up. they're not going to be able to win, right? That's just the reality of the situation. And I think that's honestly what this conversation really comes down to. Okay, what is the economy going to be like at that time? And if the economy is great at that time and we win again in 2028, it is possible that Democrats will be out of power for the next 20 years, right? That is the opportunity that we have here. I don't think most people realize what we have, right? The type of opportunity that we have here to basically put away the Democrat Party for the next 20 years, okay? Because if we win in 2028, 2030 is coming up, and that is when the census will happen. We have a major population shift from blue states to red states, and that's going to give red states more seats in the House. Presumably more Republicans will have more seats, and they're going to have more electoral votes, which means that it will be easier to reelect Republican presidents. Yeah, I mean, again, the Democrats could just be done, right? For a long time if we execute properly, right? This is why it's so important to vote, okay, so that we can continue to expand our majority, because, again, this is not a 4-year thing. This is a 20-year thing, right? This is something where we could quite literally take back this country for the next 20 years straight, and we could just have complete power and control, right? The opportunity is at our fingertips, but people got to understand what's happening, and people also have to be patient when it comes to the economy, right? And that's why I think that President Trump is taking a long-term approach when it comes to the economy, because, again, if he can turn this economy around, okay, in a way that I think that he's trying to do, right, then, again, Republicans aren't going to be losing any major elections for the next 20 years straight. Doesn't matter who the Democrats run. They can run Obama. They can run whoever. They're not going to have a chance. So that's what it comes down to. But let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.